so well, and my English is limited. Okay, but I don't care because I come here to sharing how to do the scientific research. And you know, the principles of scientific research is similar in nature science and social science. Is that right? And if my English is not good, if my pronunciation and my grammar is not good, I think Dr. Khan will help me to correct. Okay? Now, I would like to introduce to you by myself. My name is Nguyen Việt Trương. I work as an associate professor of Plant Protection Department in Huế University. Anyone know plant protection? Please raise your hand. No. You can call me Doctor of Plant. I care the plant health. Okay? And I graduated a Bachelor of Crop Production at Nông Lâm University in 1988 and finished Master of Agronomy at the University Philippines Lot Manyot in 2002 and completed PhD of Plant Pathology at the University of Sydney in 2008 and then did a postdoc at the University of Tennessee, and I work as associate professor of plant protection at University of Huế University since 2013. Now I come here to sharing my experience in doing scientific research. And I mentioned the principle doing the research is similar in social science and nature science. At that, I feel very happy to share my experience to you. I supervise more than 150 undergraduate and graduate students, and I publish 70 papers in domestic and international journals. I wrote 5 books and did 20 projects. I received 11 prizes, and you can find my name in Google or Google Scholar. I feel believe and confident to share my experience. Okay, now I would like to talk about the opportunities in scientific research. First, you will have the experience to find the fund in the future when you do the scientific research. You know, there are a lot of fund you can find from the university, from the city, provinces, and militaries, government, and non-government organizations from the developed countries and companies. And the second, there are a lot of issues in many fields to study for production and society in technological revolution energy number 4. And if you do the research, you will be update your knowledge for the new stage and high competition. And from scientific research, you will be understand well your theory you learn, and will be very easy for you to apply for your work in the future. You know, learning by heart is very necessary. However, it's not enough. because you have to apply your theory in your work in the future. That's the reason you should do the research now, and you get experience. In nature's science, we need the modern equipments, facilities, and materials. It's a challenge to us. But for social science, you need a computer and software that more simple like us. And when you do the research, you will improve your hard skills and soft skills. I like to emphasize soft skills now, very important, like speaking, discussion, negotiation, and assurance, especially confident and patient, creation, and negotiation. For example, for me, you see, I say I lost confidence, but not really. I believe to talk to you by English. Even my pronunciation, my grammar, my spelling is not good. And not only you, I confident to speak at the international conference with native speaker. That I get from research. And you know, the second skill is patience. You will face with many challenges, many difficult in the future when you work. And doing the research will help you to improve your patience. It's very important for your work in the future. I'm sure that. Okay? And creation. You know, the new, as I mentioned before, now we in the technological revolution, industrial number 4, and we need creation and need many new techniques will produce in the future. And number 4 is negotiation. That is very important when you work with your partners in the future. Otherwise, you will lose your chance. Now, the next I like to mention about your CV. If doing the research, you can get the prize, like us. And your CV will be improved and very useful for you to apply your job in the future. Every company, every organization, when they look your CV, they will certify or receive you for your company. Okay? Now, I would like to talk about the challenges. The first will be competition. I think there are a lot of talented students. Most of you is very smart, very good English, and of course you will be high competition to find a fund to do the research. And a research proposal will be very important. You need an experienced supervisor to help you to write the outline and finish the research proposal. English is the challenge to us, but the strong point to you. Do you know the plagiarism? Anyone know? Please raise your hand. Oh, you know, it's a big issue now. I think most of students like copy and paste because it's very simple and save time to relaxing, to shopping. Okay, it is a big issue now. Why? your research proposal will be rejected by international organization and companies. They not accepted that. They do not like that. Okay, but in our countries, it's common. I don't know Dr. Chang and Dr. Tang, the student in University Economic Ho Chi Minh. But from my experience, most of students now is lazy. Because you have a lot of time, you spend a lot of time for relaxing, entertainment, shopping, etc. And you know, like I mentioned before, social science, you do not depend too much on equipment. Therefore, there are a lot of research proposals applied to find the fund, and you will get high competition. The third is new idea and early submission. How do you get the idea? That's very important to write research proposal. You have to study well, read a lot, especially from the international journal, and try to develop a new ideas. That we say creation, you know. Otherwise, you will be copy and paste. And you also need an experienced supervisors to sharing their experience with you to develop a research proposal. Another, you have to spend a lot of time for doing the research. I think that's a big challenge for young students because you like shopping, relaxing, entertainment rather than study. Okay? Now I would like to talk about requirements. The first could be your capacity. You have to grow your capacity by studying well and reading a lot, especially international journals. And the second, it could be experience. I think you are the second year, you do not have lots of experience in research. You should find an experienced supervisor, and they will sharing their experience to you, and you can develop a research proposal. Your research proposal had to meet the requirements from the sponsor. This is very, very important. You do not do the research for you. You have to do the research for the company, from the organization, you know. And I like to I would like to talk about responsibilities. You should spend a lot of time for doing the research, and you should have the plan for study, research, and relaxing. The second, a teamwork. You know, I don't know about the student here, but you know, teamwork is very important for research and other work. Your teamwork had to understand well, sharing your work and other things. The last, as I mentioned, you have to work hard. For example, reading, traveling, spend your time for meeting, negotiation, etc. but you will get the benefit from doing the research. For my conclusion, I like to talk a sentence I often tell my students. It's really a slang sentence. I think you guess what thing I said. If you study well, study hard, without relaxing, entertainment, and shopping, etc., you will lose your young age. However, if you spend a lot of time for relaxing, entertainment, shopping, etc., you will be lost your life in the future. Okay, thank you for your attention, listening. If my English is not well, I'm sorry about that. Thank you. Any question? Please.
Thank you, Professor, for your sharing. I think it's really helpful and informative for us. And by the way, I also have some questions about like concentration. I would like. Hello. I would like to ask for like some methods or how to keep concentration when we do anything, especially when we do research, because it takes lots of time, and during that time we have so many things, other things to do. So how to keep concentration on our goal? Yeah, that's my question.
Very interesting question, but and also not easy for me. I think Dr. Dan will help me. But first, I would like to share in general in doing the research. Okay? As I mentioned, first you need a research proposal. Detail a research proposal. I'm in natural science, not in social science, and Dr. Tran will help you. But the principle will be find from the journals. You have to read a lot. And you try to think a new ideas, the first. And then second, you need a methodology. Of course, I don't know about that. Please help me, Dr. Dan. When you have a good methodology, you should next will be planning. How to carry out your research proposal. And the number 4, try to find the fund to do that. Without funding, nothing. Money, number 1. Okay? Very clear. Okay? And I think you have the sponsor here. You can ask him how to get the fund. Okay? And the last, you conduct your research and analysis for us. We conduct experiment, get the data, analyze, and then write the paper and publish. Publish in domestic journal is not really hard, but international journal, it really not easy. But you have a good chance if your research will be published in international journals. Why? All people in the world will know you, and you get a chance to work with them in the future. Okay? I think Dr. Dan will help me later. Okay. Any question more?
Excuse me, because I'm here. Hello. Okay. Because we're gonna have a Q&A part later.
Okay.
Question and answer later. So anyone who's having a question, please keep it there. And then in that part, you guys can feel free to raise your hand and raise your question too. And I believe that Mr. Zhou will be able to help you guys to answer those questions. Okay, thank you, Mr. Zhou, again for your sharing.